In this short presentation, I'm going to give you a demonstration of how I use ClassLive Pro in my biostatistics class. Again, this is Dr. Myers, and I'm course lead for NSG 322 Biostatistics at National University in San Diego. So I've given you some previous videos on how I actually use the tools in ClassLive Pro, for example, using the polling function, loading in PowerPoint slides, and sharing applications. So in this short program, I'm just going to give you an actual example of a ClassLive session where I used all these tools. So this is from my October 2010 class, and in the course shell, if you just type on or click on live, you pull up this screen here, and as each time you do a session, they're archived. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up an archived session for you to give you an example of what I do in my ClassLive sections in statistics. So if we go ahead and click on this week 2 session, what you see is it'll call up the archived presentation, and this is actually a screen capture of all the things I did in this class, so the students will see the same exact thing that you're seeing. They're going to see the video window here, which they can move around. They're going to see the total whiteboard area, the chat area, and the participants list. So up here, as you can see, these are all the things I talked about in my previous videos, but here is the chat area, for example, where the students can type in things. And here you can see that they're really responding, they're putting in numbers, page numbers, they're putting in degrees of freedom, and also looking up critical values. So they're typing back and forth as we go in response to things that I'm asking. Over here you can see the different icons. This is the microphone, which of course only I'm using here in yellow. They all have access to the chat, so that's what that's telling you. They have access to the whiteboard as well. This is the application sharing, so I've turned that on in this class because I'm going to show them some stuff in Excel. Also here you see the video, and again the video camera is only turned on for me. That's the only one that they're seeing. Okay, so go ahead and I'll start this recording, and the sound will be a little bit low, but this will just be a good example of some of the things that I can go over. So here I'm teaching about a t-test example.
And that's another good book to get in Barnes & Noble if you've got time on your hands. Look at the salaries. So I got this from their website. We're going to run a sample t-test on the data given that the national salary average is $32,000 for the year this sample was taken. And the first is we're going to ask, what is our null hypothesis going to be, and what are the 95% confidence intervals, and what do they mean?
So in this next section, I'm asking the students a question about the null hypothesis.
What do you think it would be? A, the salaries of the people in our region are below the national average. The salaries of the people are above, that would be B. C, the salaries of the people in the region are equal to the national average, or D, the salaries of the people in the region are not equal to the national average.
So now you can see on the left, the students are voting by clicking on a little icon that they see in this corner of the screen.
And guessing is allowed.
And some are typing as well.
People vote. If you want to change, go ahead and change.
And over here they can see actually a polling being outputted to them.
Push out another poll. Got more votes to do.
And then I reveal the answer to them.
And the answer is C. You're right. This is the null hypothesis. So we're going to test the idea that the salaries of the people are equal. There's no difference between our group and the national average. No difference, null hypothesis, they're equal.
In this next part of class, you can see now I can actually share my Excel files. We're going to do application sharing that I talked about in the other videos, and here you'll see an example of me going over a t-test with the students using salaries from a neighborhood.
So we'll go ahead and test them. Okay, so here you see it's filled in everything for us. It's given us a sample mean, so already we see it's at 34,419. And in the little green space here, we put in the population mean, right, which is at 32,000. Now, it calculates everything for us. The degrees of freedom, 473, and minus 1, or what we need algebraically to calculate something that took a number away. Okay, that's degrees of freedom. The t is 3.084. And our p-value, that's called probability. So this is what Memmi was asking, I think. So we're looking really at the two-tailed is the two-sided t-test, the one-tailed is the one-sided. And here.
So here you can easily see that the software is returning the p-value for us. I'm explaining this to the students, and it's an excellent way to use ClassLive Pro.